we think about the problem and spend more time thinking about the problem than we are on trying to find a solution. So, you know, I felt all those feelings, man.
DJ Firestarr keeping it smashed.
Hey, yo, what's poppin'? It's your boy MAINO the KOB. And when I'm in the UK, you already know how we coming with influential records with my guy, DJ Firestarr. Let's get it. Lobby Boy.
DJ Firestarr, Spotify, influential records. I'm not new to this. All of that. And I got Brooklyn in the building. Lobby Boyz in the building. My broski, MAINO, man. What's good, family? How are you?
Oh, man, I'm blessed, brother. How you feeling?
I got a big up Capo, man. I got a big up Jim Jones because we had him on the series. You know, me and him have been chopping it up. I hit him about you, and he just said, yo, anything you need, put me in touch. And here we are, man. So
yeah,
I want to big him up, you know, straight from the jump. But yeah, how are you, my brother?
Man, I'm blessed, man. We just getting to it, you know, working, committed to the grind, and just staying busy.
There's been a lot of talk about the FitLit stuff, so I'm just going to touch on it real quick. You know, there's been a lot of talk about it, so we're all clued up, you know. Are you surprised at how big it's become, my bro? Like, because it's turned into a real movement out here, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, fitness in general is a big thing. You know, a lot of people, you know, are into, especially now, a lot of people are into taking care of themselves, you know, eating better, you know, just doing more about their bodies, being more conscious about what they're putting in their bodies, taking care of themselves. It's a real big business. And then there's the people that want to do more, but haven't really found the inspiration. And that's what FitLit is about, because, you know, it serves as inspiration for people that are, you know, every year they want to, you know, work out, and they say, oh, those are my New Year's resolutions, but they never get to the gym. You know, they might go 3-4 times and then they stop. So it's about being consistent and having people around you that actually push you and motivate you and inspire you, because that's what we do for each other. We motivate each other. We always in the gym together, you know, and if we not, you know, we send videos to each other on our chat, you know, just to keep that motivation alive. And then that in turns, you know, motivates the average person.
You've touched on it before in other interviews, but I just want to ask you currently, you've spoken on the diet side for yourself, how you've been on and off and how it works. And then obviously we go back to, you know, eating what we love, essentially. Yeah, how are you finding it now, man?
Yeah, the diet to me is the hardest piece of the discipline for me, you know, because I don't feel like I eat crazy. You know, I don't eat beef, I don't eat pork, I don't eat a lot of carbs. But for the most part, you know, I like my junk food when I want it. You know, I'm up late, so, you know, I like my fried chicken, I like my waffles. So it tastes so good, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, you know, some of the things that taste the best are not the best things for you. But it's all about balance. It's all about moderation. You know what I mean? I don't think I could ever go strictly vegan, or, you know, I think that I can eat things in moderation. Like I just finished doing a week protein diet. Like I was doing no solid foods, you know, for a week. So, you know, and that's just the strength of my discipline, just to be more focused not only with just working out and trying to, you know, maintain my diet, but just actually with, you know, with my business.
Are you going to be doing that again, that whole no solids? Because that must have been difficult. You know what I mean? I heard you talk about that. But...
yeah, I'm going to probably do it again at some point. I'm going to probably do it again. It's rough, though.
Yeah. No doubt, man. On the one last question. Actually, no, on the FitLit thing as well, I saw you, man, today. You was getting it in. I think you was on the ropes and you was doing the skipping, and Jones was in the back trying to work that rope, right?
That rope is good cardio. I like cardio because, you know what I mean, it helps to build your stamina. You know what I mean? It helps to you know, keep their heart racing, and you know, it's like you can look good, but you might not have the energy. You know what I mean? You never know. We might have to be in a tussle. You understand? So not only do we want to be strong, but we want to have the endurance to be able to withstand whatever we get confronted with. You know?
Yeah, no, I hear that. And and on that subject, I need a drip report on Fab, man. Like, I asked Jim, like, it was getting outrageous when me and Jim spoke, and it just seems to be getting even more outrageous, bro. Like, what's the latest, man? Like, how's it looking out there?
I mean, you know, Fab is a very, very coordinated dresser.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Socks, sneakers, is, you know, to whatever, everything he's wearing is super duper coordinated. Like, he's he's probably the best dressed person ever. You understand? And, you know, even when you come in the gym, and even when it's a simple outfit, it's not just simple, because he's going to make sure that the socks are in place, the sneaker is matching with the top, the top is matching with the shorts, you know, the face mask, everything is coordinated. But that's him, and that's one of the things that he's always given us in the culture is you know, his sense of fashion, and how much he takes pride in it. So in the gym, it's just funny, because it's like, you come into the gym like that, like how much work did you know, how much thought did you put into it, you know?
100.
But it's funny. And then we all come to the gym sometimes a little extra, you know, because it's fun. We get on each other. You know, I got on Jim yesterday. He had on
I saw.
You know, he had on a Prada vest, a sweatsuit with baby socks on. Like, it was funny though, you know what I mean? So it's all good.
That's what it's all about, man. It's the man them getting together and just motivating each other and pushing each other, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So look, bro, when we jumped on, I noticed straight away the setting in the back.
Yeah.
The legendary setting that is Kitchen Talk.
That's right.
I know about it. You know, I was up on it from early. We're going to touch on one of my brothers that you've had on the series, no doubt. You know who I'm talking about. We're going to touch on that.
Oh, my brother.
But talk about Kitchen Talk for the people maybe in the UK who are not familiar, the work you've been putting in, the guests that you've had, and touch on all of that and a little bit about the consistency, because I've heard you speak about it. Now you're rolling, you know?
Right.
How was it for you at the start? Maybe advice for people trying to get into the space, you know, all of that, my bro.
Well, Kitchen Talk was something that I had originally started in my home on the pandemic. You know, I had always wanted to jump in the podcast space. You know, a lot of people would talk to me about doing it. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. And then when we were on quarantine, just sitting at home, just like, yo, you know what, we could do it now. You know, so I started investing, buying equipment, and, you know, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do, but I knew that I said, you know, we could just shoot right here in the kitchen. You know, the kitchen is where we hang out, you know, before we go out, after we go out, you know, we congregate in the kitchen and we kick it, we laugh, we joke, you know, we may have a couple drinks. And that's the vibe, you know. And as far as the street is concerned, you know, the kitchen may be the first place you go before you get back outside, if you understand what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. So, you know, we just started to build, and, you know, we would make mistakes, and, you know, and learn from our mistakes. But the thing about it is, it's about anything that you're doing, you got to be consistent at it. I knew that once I started, I knew I was in it for the long haul, you know. And, you know, we started to pull guests in. You know, we had a lot of dope guests. You know, got Bobby Shmurda's first on-air interview when he got out of jail. You understand? That was major. You know, we've had everybody from DJ Envy to Fat Joe to Remy to you know, Joe Budden. You know, FIVIO. Shout out to FIVIO. Just dropped his album. Yeah. You know, just so many people, you know. Davies have had the new mayor of New York City right now, Eric Adams. He's been on there. You know, I try to make the show not so much about, you know, rappers, but a little broad. You know, I'll try to pull people from different walks of life, you know, to give us a more broader a fan base. You understand?
Yeah, for sure. Is it something that you proper look forward to every week, or whenever you're ready to come and record now?
Yeah, it's fun, you know, and I think I'm getting better at it. 100. You know, I just like I'm not a media person, you know. I just look at it as, you know, I provide the vibe. You pull up, you know, we got food, we got drinks, you know, we just in the kitchen kicking it, you know. I'm asking you some questions, we vibing, we laughing, and we really having a good time. And you know, you know, now we did something where, you know, the show is being, you know, it's on TV now in the US. It's on Fox Soul. So that was really big for us, you know. And we talked about, you know, our brother GIGGS coming on the show. was really big. You know, he came to the U.S. and, you know, we were hanging out and said, yo, you might as well come up to the show. Came up to the show. It was a big episode for us. So, you know, it's definitely love. And that was probably for the UK, GIGGS being on the show was probably our introduction to the UK for the show itself. You know what I mean?
100.
Yeah, because, you know, GIGGS fan base is strong, and, you know, they were tapped in, and that episode, it was just so many people from the UK that was tapping in, you know what I mean? And so I know we gained a few fans from that alone.
Yeah, how was that episode received over your side as well, my bro? Like,
it was dope. And then because, you know, for us, I try to keep things. I don't want to go for the. I'm not a shock jock, bro. I'm not into that. I'm a homie. So it's like, you know, the homies here. So let's have fun. And one of the humorous things to me is we all saying the same things, but our slangs may be a little different. It's the language barrier. You know, it's like the way we pronounce words. You know, we call a garage a garage. I call it a garage. So those are some of the funny things for me. So it's you know, the difference in the culture, so to speak. You know, so it was a dope episode.
And I mean, while we're on the subject of GIGGS as well, when I spoke to Jim, you know, his exact words were, knowing GIGGS' story, you know, you yourself, the friendship and connection that you guys have got. Jim Jones's exact words were kind of same shit, different toilet, you know?
That's right.
And that was the angle and the kind of the love for what he represents over here.
Man, I speak to GIGGS maybe 2-3 times a week, bro. Like that's family. He knows when he comes to New York, like, you know, if I'm not one of the first person, I'm top 5 people that he gonna call when he get 100%. Here. Like, you know, like I'm, you know, at least, you know, and we're gonna always have a good time. And, you know, I take pride in that. Like when he first came back to the US, and, you know, I introduced him to all my guys, and he has relationships with all my guys. Shout out to my little brother, Hustle Hard Herbie. You know, it's just been love. And we, you know, GIGGS spent my birthday with me, you know, like my last birthday. So it's been super love. You know, we love GIGGS here, and I told GIGGS that he was gonna be the artist from the UK that was gonna do something a lot different. So I got a lot of artists there that are huge there, but they're not huge here. Yep. So he's the artist that's kind of bridging the gap, because he's the artist that is huge there, and everybody in the US works with GIGGS. He's got songs with everybody. Yeah. Everybody.
Talk about that level of respect that the artists have for him, because I know he wants to get back over there. So, you know.
I told him that. We talked, right? And I told him, I said, you're gonna do something that nobody's been able to do as far as the rap is concerned. You know, the UK has had singers that were big in the US and big in the UK, but we've never had an artist that was big in the UK and big in the US. Yeah. So I think GIGGS is, as far as rapper, I think GIGGS is the one to definitely bridge that gap, man. We're talking about him working with, you know, Drake and, you know, Meek Mill, and, you know, there's a song he's on with Jay-Z. I don't know if people know that. I don't think the song is out, but yeah, he's on a lot of different songs. He's worked with artists that I've never worked with, even in my own city.
Right.
Go figure.
Yeah, no, I'm 100% with you. I think for the rap shit and for he's our guy, man. And I think the things that are coming from him over there, with yourselves, I think it's gonna be monumental stuff, man. I think it's best stuffs to come.
Right, definitely.
Also on Kitchen Talk, bro, we mentioned him. FIVIO's been on. It's obviously dropped the project.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Talk a little bit about that. I mean, I know he hails you up as a real. You know, I heard him talking only yesterday, I think, with Ebro and them, man. And he was saying, you know, MAINO is the one that really gives that OG advice, you know, and these, like the young ones out there doing the drill thing. I think you've had B-Love on Kitchen Talk.
Right.
Talk a little bit about like your mentorship, bro, to these youngers. You know what I mean? Like, talk about that, man.
Well, I mean, for me, we all been young before, and we all you know, have made, you know, choices and decisions. And in my personal life, I've made choices and decisions that put me in bad places. So I relate, you know, to young niggas in that kind of way. So I just feel like it's my duty to share with them certain things that I may have that they may not be looking at from their standpoint. You know, it's not my job to tell them what, you know, what's right and what's wrong, but to kind of like share them and, you know, with them certain games so they can look at the whole chessboard. You know, this life is not a sprint. It is a marathon in every way you can think. And, you know, on the journey of life, though, you know, there's decisions that we make that are determine what our future would be. So, you know, I just like FIVIO comes to the house, like that's really my little brother, and I'm really proud of him, and I'm really fond of what he's doing, and I really respect all of them. I got love for all of them, you know, and they all love me, man. You know, whether it's Bobby and Rowdy or whoever it is in the city, you know, it's a different type of love, and I always that alone is good for me. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times it don't have to be about making music or coming on a show. It's just the fact that yo, you over there, I'm pulling up. Yo, come over here. You know what I mean? The credit is so good in that way, you know, and you know, and I think they all respect, you know, my point of view. You know what I mean? But you know, we all, you know, have our own, you know, way of looking at things. But I give just as much as I could give. You know what I mean? You know, because you don't want to come around a nigga that's always talking and always got to be, oh man, don't do this, don't do that. You know what I mean? You don't want to be overbearing. You know, so I give, you know, what I can, you know, when I can, and that's really it, man. And we have fun in the meantime, you know.
I think it must be a good feeling as well for yourself that he's taking it on board, and you know, he's recognizing you,
definitely.
because sometimes the youngers.
I didn't even hear that interview. So I didn't even know.
Check that one out, man. Yeah.
I didn't even know.
It was only yesterday, but I think it was just good to see the growth in him, as you've said, like as an artist as well. You know, from where he started, and I think kind of making maybe not reckless mistakes, but you know, inexperience in the game, maybe that, you know, yourself has seen over the years.
Right. It's just life itself, not just the game, but just the game of life, period. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we black men, we trying to stay alive. We trying to be here. We trying to not only be alive, but be free. So, you know, there's certain ways to move. There's the etiquette on how you conduct yourself and how you move that'll keep you here, you know? So that's really what it's about.
You've been through a lot yourself. The streets, we know all about that. And I wanted to ask you, when you got into the music, there was an element, I've watched a lot of your stuff. There was maybe an element of like, you maybe didn't get a fair look in certain situations, and it's maybe come around full circle to the position that you're in now. And my question was, do you still feel a type of way when you think back to that time? Because those frustrations can be very real for someone who's passionate about their craft as an artist, or, you know, as a DJ or whatever it may be, when they're not maybe getting the look they deserve and have worked for. And just a sentence to sum that up is, people are quick to kind of say, let the work do the talking. But sometimes I even feel that people will still be blocking you out and closing them doors, even if the work is doing the talking.
Yeah, so that's not always, for me, I let the frustration be the fuel.
Right.
What's meant to be will be, and everything that happens, you know, happens the way it's supposed to. You know, the energy that I'm having now, you know, Lobby Boyz, Kitchen Talk, FitLit, all these things, the things that's happening now, you know, is a direct result of, you know, me being down and not being able to, or feeling like, you know, I wasn't getting what I felt like I deserved. So I needed to turn the knob up a little bit higher as far as my work ethic, my look, my presentation. I needed to do more. I didn't need to wallow in my shame. I didn't need to sit back and just cry about it. I needed to figure out what was the best solution. You understand? So a lot of times we think about the problem and spend more time thinking about the problem than we are on trying to find a solution. So, you know, I felt all those feelings. Yeah. Man, I'm underrated, better than what they giving me credit for. These niggas got me fucked up. I feel left out. I felt all of that. I felt all of that. I've been to the bottom. I've been to where I felt, yeah, they didn't give a fuck. They write me right off. But the truth of the matter is, only I can write myself off. I got power over my life, my destiny. So, you know, with that being understood, I'm gonna will myself into the position that I want to be in. I'm gonna, you know, speak, you know, the things into existence that I need now. One, I'm gonna attract all those things. So, you know, like I said, it's never about the problem. It's always about the solution. So what's happening now is a result of that.
Yeah, no, I'm glad that we're in the position we're in, because we know you're not one to mess about. So you might have really done a madness back then if it weren't working out, you know. But you luckily you're here,
man.
and it's
we here. We here.
Let's jump into the music, bro. Talk to me. We've got this record coming, Lobby V.
Lobby.
That one. That's not dropped yet. Okay, I know, but talk about that one.
So the Lobby Boyz project, the Lobby Boyz project, me and Jim Jones together, all the Lobby Boys, you know, we got a lot of features on there. We dropped the first single, it was the Lobby Boyz anthem, the video,
big,
you know, you know, nice set off. And, you know, we were supposed to drop the FIVIO record that we have. We already got the video done, but, you know, with his album coming up, there was a lot going on, and, you know, with the clearances and all that. So we gonna come with that after. And in the meantime, we got this super dope record with Fab. You know, Fab is one of those artists that is just legendary. He's forever. You understand? So most artists come in the game, they have a certain amount of time and then they out of here. But then every now and then, you know, they have artists that are forever. They don't get old. You understand? They don't go out of style. It doesn't matter what the weather is. That doesn't matter what the fad is. Doesn't matter what the new trend is. They are forever. And he's one of those artists, you know. And it's always be an honor to rap with Fab. You know what I mean? So that's a dope. That's one of my favorite records off the project. You know, so we just gonna keep that. We gonna drop that next week, and we just gonna keep unloading. Just keep unloading.
That record's gonna be crazy. That one's gonna bring off Fab on definitely. That, you man on that, the classic, obviously the Bobby V. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
And the record with FIVIO, what that is that on a drill? Is that a drill vibe?
I tell you what, I would call that sound a hybrid. You know, that's gonna be really, 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 really crazy this summer. Trust me on that.
No,
video already done.
That's a club heat rock.
Yeah,
right
club.
there,
Yeah, it's definitely that. It's definitely that. And like I said, everything happens the way it's supposed to happen. And you know, the way things are unfolding and the way things are rolling out, it's supposed to be that way.
For the people locked in on the Spotify, on the YouTube, I want you to hit me with 3 MAINO records that the people, if they've never heard of you or they know you, your favorite 3 joints from your catalog, my bro. The first selection. They're not in any order. First one you're down with.
I would say one of my early records was a song called "Remember My Name."
Okay, talk about that one.
It was just you know, sometimes you just think that you make a perfect record, and I think that, you know, and when I speak, I come from a feeling. I rap from a feeling, you know, place. I'm not the metaphoric, you know, rapper. You know what I mean? I'm more of a feeling. I want you to feel me. So, Remember My Name, Floating, you know, same thing. You know, there's so many. There's this one of my favorite songs I made, Addicted to Pain, you know. Yeah, it's just, that's about 3 right there.
Yeah.
Right?
The catalog's big
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, it's just so many songs. I've been at this for a minute.
In no order, but I just want you to pick a couple records that are not yours that have maybe impacted your life, and there's a story behind those records. Like maybe it was something you were hearing a lot when you were growing up. Maybe it was one that inspired you to rap. I need a couple picks, my bro. So
a lot of Tupac records hit me like that.
Okay.
I really felt like Pop really spoke to the young black male experience almost like nobody else did. Like it was just feelings, you know? So, you know, No More Pain, Dear Mama, you know, Young Niggas, you know, Blasphemy, White Man's World, you know, How Long Will They Mourn Me, you know, those type of songs, you know what I mean? You know, depending on your experience, is gonna, you know, gonna resonate with you. You know what I mean? If you really been in the street and you really been, you know, going through the ups and downs of street life, you know, and you understand what that feels like, then having music that speaks directly to that feeling, you know, is always gonna be influential, and you're gonna always tap in with that. So I just named about a bunch of them,
Pack.
you know.
Is that what we're running with?
Yeah.
Pack? Yeah,
Definitely.
Okay, for sure. We're going to throw some of those in now. Bro, before I let you run out of here, this topic is a bit of it's a bit of a difficult one for me, and I'm sure for you as well. And I'm trying to keep it uplifting, but I just felt it was appropriate to have this conversation with yourself. Now, I've been through something similar to you. You know, I lost my mother. So I know you've been through something the same, and I find it incredibly difficult. I'll be honest.
Right, it is.
I find it incredibly difficult to even, it's surreal to even have this conversation with a worldwide artist. But I find that sometimes this conversation can only be had with somebody who understands.
Right.
And you know, I didn't want to get into it overly, but I just wanted to ask you, how do we navigate through this path, my bro? And I know you threw out a picture only this morning of your mother, and you know, when you've experienced something like that, I think, you know, it just unlocks another level of sort of empathy as human beings when it's something, you know, we've never felt before, you know.
Right, indeed. For me, it's the way you look at things, right? So for me, you know, the loss of my mother is definitely something that's heartbreaking. It hurts, you know. You know, it's something that I don't think that, you know, we ever fully get over. You know, the loss of our mother. You know, we come from her. But the truth of the matter is this: life is a cycle, and the natural cycle of things is that we are supposed to, you know, get older and send our mothers and our fathers off. That's the way it's supposed to be. You understand that we are not supposed to have them bury us in the street. You know, the thing about it is, I feel honored to have had a mother in my life, my whole life. You understand? To not judge me by my choices, to always stand with me, to be, you know, supportive, to always, you know, tell me she was proud of me, always tell me she was, you know, loved me, even in times when I didn't feel like I deserved it. You understand? So,
100.
you know, I would tell you to look at it in those aspects. Look at it as it was a blessing, and it was a privilege for us to have had that, because every person hasn't had that. My little cousin, my little cousin, his mother died when he was 9 years old, so he didn't have. He was robbed out of the opportunity of having a mother. I wasn't cheated out of that. I had my mother, you know, for, you know, all of my life. The only thing we can ask for is more time, but asking for more time comes with a different set of pain. You know, my mother was sick and she dealt with a lot of things. So, you know, everything happens the way it is meant to happen. And as much as it hurts, we can't allow the depression or the feelings of hurt overpower the feelings of joy, because of the moments and the memories that we created with our mothers. You know, should be just as profound as how we feel about the loss. You understand? So, you know, when I look at my mother and I think of my mother, and it's times that, you know, I feel down, I turn that into fuel, and I think about the funny moments. And I think about, you know, the things that we you know, we've done, and I think about the times that I made her smile and I made her happy. So those should be just as important as the grief.
Yeah, no, 100, my bro, and yeah, I want to thank you for that, man. Is there anything you want to let the UK know before I let you bounce out of here? What they need to be paying attention to, Maino?
Tell them, Lobby Boyz coming. I'm coming. FitLit, Kitchen Talk, and I'm coming. And I'll be in the UK soon. Let's get it.
Ooh, big. All right, you heard it there, man. Maino, Firestarr. You know what it is, man.